Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready for a blast from the past. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the year 2000.
2000.
25 years ago, we'll be uncovering everything from the tech that was blowing our minds back then
Yeah.
to the music that was defining the era. And of course, we'll be revisiting some of the pop culture moments that still resonate today.
It's crazy to think it's been that long, right?
Yeah.
25 years. 2000 felt like just yesterday.
I know. It's wild how time flies. But you know what's really interesting about looking back at 2000?
It's
Is that it was this kind of bridge between the old and the new.
Mhm.
Like, we were on the cusp of the digital age,
Right.
but still holding on to some of those analog ways.
Yeah, totally. We had dial-up internet and flip phones.
Exactly. And we'll be diving into all of that and more. But first, to kick things off, let's talk about some of the tech that was turning heads way back in 2000.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready to feel old? Because we're going all the way back to the very first camera phone, the JSH-04.
Oh, wow. The one with like, what, 0.1 megapixel resolution?
You got it. It's crazy to think how far we've come in terms of camera technology since then, right?
I mean, it's mind-blowing, right? Like, we have phones in our pockets now that can shoot practically professional quality photos and videos.
I know. And it all started with that little clunky JSH-04.
Mhm.
Okay, another tech milestone from 2000 that's still going strong today. The Sims.
Oh, yeah. I remember playing The Sims for hours on end, building houses, creating families, getting my Sims into all sorts of trouble.
Me too. I think it really tapped into this universal human desire to, like, create and control our own little worlds.
Totally. And it's amazing how The Sims has evolved over the years, but that core concept is still so addictive.
And speaking of things that have evolved, 2000 was also the year eHarmony launched.
Oh, yeah. Online dating was just starting to become a thing.
Right. And now, I mean, it's practically the norm. It's crazy to think how much eHarmony and online dating in general has transformed the way we meet and connect with people.
Yeah, it's had a huge impact on relationships.
Okay, enough about tech for now. Let's take a trip down memory lane with some of the music that was defining the year 2000.
Okay, I'm ready for some musical nostalgia.
Get ready for some serious earworms. Because 2000 was the year of NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye, Ricky Martin's She Bangs.
Oh, man, those are the days. Remember those music videos?
So iconic.
Yeah.
And on the country music front, we has Leanne Womack's I Hope You Dance.
That song always makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Me too. It's such a classic. Okay, but now for the big one, the song that took the world by storm and still, to this day, makes me question humanity.
Uh-oh, which one are you thinking of?
Baha Men's Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that song. I mean, it was everywhere.
I know, it was like unavoidable. But, I mean, it was catchy, right?
Yeah, undeniably catchy. And speaking of catchy, let's not forget the rock anthems that were making waves in 2000.
Oh, yeah. Bon Jovi released It's My Life, which became like this anthem for like living life on your own terms.
Yeah, that song is all about individuality and taking control.
And then there was this little-known band at the time, Coldplay, who released their debut album, Parachutes.
Wait, Parachutes came out in 2000?
It did, and on that album was this hauntingly beautiful song called Yellow.
Wow, I had no idea. I mean, Coldplay became such a huge band.
I know. It's crazy to think that their journey started way back then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on to books. 2000 was a big year for literature as well. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire hit the shelves.
Oh, yeah. The Harry Potter craze was in full swing by then.
It was. And the series just kept growing and growing, becoming this global phenomenon that's still enchanting readers and viewers today.
The Wizarding World is just so captivating. J.K. Rowling really created something special.
Okay, get ready for this one. The first two Bridgerton books were actually released in 2000.
Wait, seriously, Bridgerton, as in the Netflix show?
The one and only.
Uh-huh.
Long before the series was breaking streaming records, Julia Quinn was writing these steamy tales of romance and scandal in Regency-era England.
That's wild. I had no idea. I guess good stories really do stand the test of time.
They really do. Okay, now let's dim the lights and head to the movies. 2000 gave us a mix of award-winning dramas, coming-of-age stories, and some truly hilarious comedies.
Sounds like a good mix.
Julia Roberts won an Oscar for her powerful performance in Erin Brockovich. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. She played this, like, real-life legal powerhouse who took on a big corporation.
Exactly. It was a great story, and it also touched on some really important themes like environmental justice and corporate accountability.
Yeah, issues that are still super relevant today.
And then there was Almost Famous, which took us behind the scenes of the rock and roll world in the 70s.
Oh, I love that movie. It's such a classic coming-of-age story.
With some amazing music. Okay, But let's not forget the dark humor of American Psycho with a very young Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah. That movie was definitely something else.
It definitely left an impression, that's for sure. And for pure laughs, there was the first scary movie kicking off a whole wave of horror comedy spoofs.
I remember laughing so hard during that movie. It was the perfect send-up of all those teen horror flicks that were popular at the time.
It was. Okay, we also had epic adventures and high-flying cheerleading rivalries on the big screen in 2000. Gladiator transported us back to ancient Rome with Russell Crowe's intense performance.
And those epic battle scenes.
I know. And then Bring It On brought the world of competitive cheerleading to life, with all its drama and athleticism.
I loved the energy and, the girl power vibes of Bring It On.
Me too. Okay, now hold on to your remotes, because we're about to enter the world of reality TV. 2000 marked the premiere of two shows that would change the television landscape forever: Survivor and Big Brother.
Whoa. Those shows really were pioneers of the reality TV craze that's still going strong today.
I know. It's amazing how they captured our attention with those, social experiments and all the drama that unfolded.
It's like we're hardwired to be fascinated by human behavior, especially when it plays out in these, high-stakes situations.
Totally. Okay, let's take a quick detour into the world of fashion.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because we can't talk about 2000 without mentioning that jaw-dropping green Versace dress that Jennifer Lopez wore to the Grammys.
Oh, the dress. It was iconic. It basically broke the internet before breaking the internet was even a thing.
And get this, it actually inspired the creation of Google image search. People were searching for photos of that dress so much that it literally led to a technological innovation.
Wow. That's incredible. I never knew that.
Okay, get ready, because things are about to get really intense as we delve into two major moments that shaped the world in 2000. The presidential election between Al Gore and George W. Bush,
Oh, yeah, that was a close one.
and the beginning of continuous human presence on the International Space Station.
Wow, 2000 was a big year. I mean, talk about two events that really shook things up, huh?
Seriously. First, that election, it was like the whole country was holding its breath, waiting for the results. The Florida recount, the legal challenges, the Supreme Court case.
It went on forever, and it really exposed some of the flaws in our electoral system.
It definitely sparked some important conversations about voting rights and the whole process of electing a president. Conversations that are still relevant today.
Absolutely. And while all that political drama was going on down here on Earth, something truly incredible was happening up in space.
The International Space Station. Right?
Yep. In 2000, the first crew moved in, marking the beginning of continuous human presence in space.
It's mind-boggling when you think about it. Multiple countries working together to build and maintain a research lab orbiting our planet.
It's a testament to what humans can achieve when we put our minds to it, right? And the research that's come out of the ISS is just phenomenal. It's helped us understand everything from the effects of microgravity on the human body to the origins of the universe.
It's incredible. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from the birth of the camera phone to the drama of that presidential election. But 2000 had so much more to offer. Are you ready to dive into the world of sports?
Bring it on!
All right, then. Let's head down under to Sydney, Australia for the 2000 Summer Olympics.
Oh, yeah, the Sydney Games. Those were special.
They really were. Do you remember that moment when Kathy Freeman lit the Olympic cauldron?
Oh, man, that was so powerful. Kathy Freeman, an Aboriginal Australian runner, lighting the cauldron. It was such a symbolic moment.
And then she went on to win gold in the 400-meter race, making her a national hero.
It was a victory for Australia and a powerful statement about Indigenous representation on the world stage.
2000 was definitely a year for women shattering those glass ceilings in the sports world. Venus Williams also won her first Wimbledon title that year, defeating Lindsay Davenport in an epic match.
Oh, I remember that match. Venus Williams, she just brought this whole new level of power and athleticism to women's tennis.
And her sister Serena wasn't far behind.
Talk about a dynamic duo that changed the game forever.
Okay, from individual triumphs to epic team showdowns. Who remembers the Subway Series?
The Yankees versus the Mets. That was a battle for New York City bragging rights.
A classic World Series matchup. And of course, the Yankees, being the Yankees, clinched the victory.
Adding another trophy to their already impressive collection.
They were a dynasty. Okay, let's step off the field for a moment and revisit a few other notable events that shaped the year 2000. First up, The Y2K bug.
Oh, yeah. Remember all the hype leading up to January 1st, 2000? People were worried that computers would crash, planes would fall out of the sky, the whole world would descend into chaos.
I know. Seems kind of silly now, but back then there was genuine concern about the potential for widespread disruption.
It was this global moment of anticipation and anxiety. And looking back, it really highlighted our growing dependence on technology.
It was a wake-up call about the importance of cybersecurity and being prepared for potential tech-related issues, lessons that are even more relevant today.
Definitely. Okay, on a more somber note, 2000 also saw the passing of some influential figures. Pierre Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada, died that year.
Trudeau was a controversial figure, but there's no denying the impact he had on Canadian politics and society. His legacy is still debated today. Okay, so, as you can see, 2000 was a year packed with memorable moments, from the thrill of the Olympics to the drama of the Subway series, from the anticipation of Y2K to the loss of influential figures.
It was a year of highs and lows, celebrations and reflections, a snapshot of a world on the brink of a new millennium.
And while many things have changed since then, the echoes of 2000 still resonate today.
Absolutely. We're seeing the long-term impact of trends that started back then, whether it's the rise of reality TV, the continued growth of women's sports, or the ongoing fight against climate change.
It's a reminder that even seemingly distant moments in time can have a profound influence on the world we live in today. But our journey back to 2000 isn't over yet. We've explored the sports, the headlines, and some of the key figures that define this pivotal year. But there's still more to uncover.
Oh, I'm ready for more. What other hidden gems are we going to dig up?
Get ready for some unexpected insights and thought-provoking connections as we wrap up our deep dive into the year 2000. Okay, so we've unearthed some pretty amazing stuff from 2000 already. But now it's time to dig even deeper into some of the lesser-known events, those hidden gems that might just surprise you.
Yeah, I love those little nuggets of history that often get overlooked, but actually had a big impact.
Exactly. And we've got a few of those waiting for us. For instance, in 2000, the Human Genome Project, that massive international effort to map the entire human genome, hit a major milestone.
Oh, right. They announced a rough draft of the sequence.
Yeah, and it was groundbreaking. Remember, we were trying to crack the code of our own species.
It was a huge deal, and it's amazing to think about all the advancements that have come from that initial mapping.
Totally. Personalized medicine, gene therapies, all of that stemmed from this project.
It really opened up so many doors in the world of science and medicine.
Okay, let's shift gears for a second and talk about the dot-com bubble, which was in full swing back in 2000.
Ah, the dot-com bubble. It felt like everyone was starting an internet company back then.
I know, and investors were pouring money into these startups, some of which had great ideas, others not so much.
It was a wild time. And of course, that bubble eventually burst, leading to a market crash that had some serious consequences.
It was a reality check for the tech industry for sure.
Yeah, it showed that even in the digital world, not everything that glitters is gold.
Okay, but let's not end on a down note, because 2000 also brought us something that brought joy to millions, the PlayStation 2.
Ah, the PS2. I spent countless hours playing games on that console.
Me too. It was a game changer. And those games, Grand Theft Auto III, Metal Gear Solid 2, they were revolutionary for their time.
They really pushed the boundaries of what video games could be.
And the PS2's success really made Sony a dominant force in the gaming world.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a whole new era for console gaming.
But even amidst all this technological innovation and entertainment, some serious issues were starting to gain more attention, like the growing concern over climate change.
Right. In 2000, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released its third assessment report, providing even more evidence of human-induced climate change.
It was a stark warning that we needed to start taking action.
And thankfully, that message started to resonate with people around the world, paving the way for some of the progress we're seeing today.
So here we are, at the end of our journey back to the year 2000. We've explored so much, from the music and the movies to the tech and the political landscape, and even those under-the-radar events that had a lasting impact.
It's been fascinating to see how the events of 2000, both big and small, have shaped the world we live in today.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, we hope you've gained a new appreciation for the year 2000.
A year that was a bridge between the past and the future, a year that set the stage for many of the trends and challenges we're still grappling with today.
And just like we've explored the echoes of 2000 in this episode, we encourage you to keep making those connections between the past, the present, and the future in your own lives. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the year 2000. We'll see you next time as we explore another fascinating chapter in history.